Can we quickly get into your story? How did you end up on the street? How did you end up sleeping under bridges? How did you end up walking up to cars with a piece of cardboard saying, you should hear my voice and give me $1?
All right. Well, 1993, well, I take that back. In 1996, I started drinking alcohol pretty bad.
Yeah.
Pretty bad.
Were you in the media at that time?
I had just, as a matter of fact, WJZA, which is...
It's a jazz station, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you were working a jazz format.
Exactly. And the alcohol and everything was getting a little bad for me, and I was showing up late and just, just taking my job for granted.
Right.
And then some other drugs that became involved, marijuana, cocaine, and so forth. And so...
Did one lead to another? And I don't want to interrupt your story.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Pretty much.
All right.
One led to another. I was an alcoholic prior to any other addictions that I had thereafter, but I was an alcoholic, and so I would have bouts of sobriety here and there. And so after that took its place, I just started really feeling in that self-pity mode, just going around, and the voice just became no more than just a novelty. I would do all kind of voice characterizations and make jokes, commercials you don't hear every day, and then I was taping it. So there was just no kind of ambition to try to pursue any type of radio work or television work, voiceover work, or anything. So I got acquainted with the 12-step group of AA and NA. I know it's based on attraction rather than promotion. And so...
when did that happen? When did you find yourself walking forward?
In 97.
Okay.
Well, let's say I had so many relapses.
Oh, okay.
Since
So you
97.
started the walk
Yeah,
in
because
97.
I've got like 2.5 years now.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
were you unemployed when you would relapse? I mean, would you get fired from job after job?
Actually, I didn't even want to work, but
Really?
yes. I never worked back in radio after Z103. I'm sorry, 107.5.
So it was just a spiral.
Yeah, and
Secular, drugs, alcohol, get clean, then same thing.
right. I'd get like 7 months clean, and then all of a sudden I'd find a reason to just, fall off the wagon. And I used to always just have in this inner, like, the Lord didn't take my voice away. I said, well, maybe radio is not my last call. Maybe I can get into ministry or read children's books or narrate something, And so it was like, one of the biggest things that I used to always play with and get a little animated with was, I'm Ted Williams reporting for ABC News, and from all of us, good night. That kind of thing. So I always wanted to do that kind of thing. And my kids, man, I love all of my children. I have 7 girls and 2 boys.
Yo, what?
And I have a lot of grandchildren. I'd like to name them all, but I know the time.
After 3 kids, I said, it's vasectomy time, dude. Come on.
Well, apparently you have time for something else besides...
yeah, but they're all adults now and all. Now,
So let me ask you this then.
No.
One thing leads to another, and you end up homeless, right? You're
Yes.
down on your luck.
Yes, I went to the Faith Mission and the Friends of the Homeless, and that was it. And
Were your children not able to help you during this time?
oh,
Would
they
need a place to stay
they
and all
want
that?
they wanted to help me so bad, but I was very mistrusting. And had they had an intervention show back then, I think they would have done that. I think
Yeah,
I would have been probably the lead candidate for intervention.
So you didn't really want anything to do with them.
Right, exactly. And they would keep me for a few days, but when I was going through my bouts of sobriety and withdrawal and all, I was eating them out of house and home.
Oh, okay.
So they were like, okay, Dad, I don't know. It's a little toss-up. You can't sit here and eat my baby's strained carrots,
Right.
because you're hungry.
I love you, Dad, but I'm not sure what you're going to do.
Right, exactly.
So how do we come to 2010, and you're basically on the street. Your hair was wild. You're wearing
Yeah,
camo.
I just
You got a
didn't care
handwritten
anymore.
sign.
I didn't care, but one thing I did acknowledge, and probably let me just first and foremost say this, and I want to take this opportunity to do this. One of the things that I did not do in all of my heyday of success and all, when I had some great times and great numbers in the books and all,
Radio ratings.
radio ratings. I never not once thanked God for anything, any of it. Any of the backstage passes, any of the perks that comes with the jobs. Did not one time say, thank you, Lord, for anything. And I think I pretty much fell into the story of Job, where God said, listen, devil, have your way with him. Go ahead, but don't take his life.
Wow.
Whatever you want to do with him, make him suffer. And AA and NA and CA and all of the 12-step groups, and all wrapped up into one. And a very dear friend of mine, Alfred Battle, who is standing here to my right, who never gave up on me, because even when I was holding the sign, in spite of all what people may have thought and player hated on me and all that, you know, this guy here, you know, he's a promoter, and he also has his own band. But anytime he had a local concert coming up or whatever, I was the voice he needed. And a lot of times when he would air my commercials on various stations in this market, you know, some of the local announcers, and of course I won't mention any names, but they would be like, oh, that guy's still around, you know, great pipes, man, but that's old school stuff, you know.
Let me stop you just so I can end this break.
Okay.
So you've been clean how long?
2.5 years.
2.5 years. And what you are asking for from heaven, if for nothing else, a second chance.
That's, yes, sir.
I have talent, now I have resolve, I have fixed myself personally, I'm willing to open myself up to the world, let's see what happens.
I'll do anything for a meal. I'll do anything for a meal. And if it happens to be voice work, God bless my soul. And man, this is just outrageous what's
Are
going
you
on
loving
here.
being behind the mic again?
Yes, and
Yes.
like
Are you?
Nancy.
Yeah, I can tell.
Because we were talking yesterday, and we were really kicking this around. We wanted to bring you in. We wanted to give you a job for at least a day, just to say, okay, we're going to pay you the wages you would have earned had you worked for us for a day. And that
But
is,
around here ain't
and that's,
much, I
and
tell you.
believe me,
That's
oh
okay,
man, you
that's
might get a
okay.
croissant sandwich. But
That's okay,
it's
I can go.
it got big.
Yeah.
It just
My
because
God.
again the power of media, sometimes looking for that unique little moment somewhere that I haven't heard of before, and that's what's going to happen next. Jimmy, we're going to break, and we come back. Ted, who I don't want to stick you with the stamp of homeless DJ, but
Yeah.
that explains
Yes,
the situation.
yes, and it's-
This is what happens in 24 hours. It will blow your mind, and Ted doesn't know anything about it. We'll take this break. This is David Jimmy. It's almost like we're at a press conference, and it's all because of Ted.
I love it. I love it for you, man. This
Thank
is awesome.
you so much.
No, this is
My
awesome.
God, I don't.
Well, get ready. I feel like Oprah. We're gonna.
Can I
Except
say-
everyone here is not getting
Go ahead,
prizes.
say whatever you want to say.
I just want to say a big thank you to this gentleman standing right here, who is responsible for everything that is transpiring on this day, because he's the one that put it on the Dispatch website.
Yeah, give his name, because you know what? We need to give him credit.
Darrell Chenoweth III.
Yes, and he's the guy who
This
did
is
the
him
initial
right
video,
here, man.
right?
Yes, yes.
The video that's
And he
going
just drove-
around from
he
the
just
dispatch
drove
was
up
taken
on
by
me.
the guy.
Yes, and then also one of your biggest fans, Dave and Jimmy, Sherry. Now I don't know if she wants me to say her last name, but I'm going to do it anyway. Sherry Hawn is the one that got in contact with me to tell me to call you.
Right,
guys
I remember her
yesterday.
from yesterday. Yeah.
Sherry, she wanted me to, she said, hey, look, and she listens to you guys. So Sherry, I love you very much and thank you, and much success to you and your family, and Happy New Year.
Okay, hold it. It gets better after the break.
Okay.
Bleed at 8, about 40 minutes from now, at the Aladdin Shrine Temple across from Easton. Give and good. Dave and Jimmy at 7:18 with our miracle man Ted. Hi Ted.
Good morning.
When last we left your story, you had told us you had a career with your voice. You had fallen on some hard times, and hard times means, and let's call it for what it is, self-induced hard times. You drank yourself into a problem.
I sure did.
Now time is gone. You've had relapses and whatnot, but you tell me several years clean without a relapse.
Yes.
How are you doing that quickly too? How you
One
doing?
day at a time. No.
Yeah.
No,
I mean, are you
but
going
I'm
to
going to
different-
meetings, yes. And I pretty much stay posted with that gentleman again, Mr. Alfred Battle. I just want to mention him again. He has
So
given
your
me...
sponsor, is that what they call it?
Well, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah. He's a very, very dear friend and sponsor.
Good.
You know. A
So-
brother, a sponsor, all that.
Ted is, currently I will just call him Ted the homeless DJ. It's not meant as a
That's
diss,
fine.
it's just a statement of fact. So Ted,
Yes,
your
it is.
word in 24 hours has spread throughout the world, and you are going to get, we thought yesterday at this time, would bring you in, would pay you for a day,
Yes.
see how that goes, and see if we can find some work for you.
Yes, that's what you said.
Okay, your name
That's
on?
exactly. And I was happy with that, believe
that's
me.
nothing. We
That
can't afford
alone.
squat.
So,
You know.
so here's what we're going to do, Ted. We've had emails, phone calls, offers. I mean, literally from all over the world. And I'll read these throughout the morning as we go.
Okay.
I mean, I have Hawaii. I have Ireland.
God.
I have people that are willing to fly you out to do voice work, to participate on their shows, hosting their shows, be guests on their shows. and we'll unveil these as we go. But we have
Yes, sir.
some that wanted to talk to you in person.
Yes, sir.
So we'll go to our first one right now, Dave.
Bobby, is this you? Bobby is from MTV. Bobby, Ted.
Hello, Bobby. It's certainly a pleasure talking to you, too. Oh, man. Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. I certainly would, sir. I certainly would, Bobby. Okay. Bobby, thank you, man. Yes, sir. I just thought of that myself, Bob. Yes, sir.
All right, Bob. You know what? Hang on. We're gonna give you all your information to Ted a little bit later.
Yeah, I
okay.
did. But and it's very nice of you to be so forthcoming so
Very,
quickly.
very kind.
So quickly.
And there's nothing like MTV.
And it should be mentioned, you come from a military background.
Yes.
And I
yes.
kept
3
you
honorably
even calling
served
me
years.
sir. Like, you gotta stop
Uh-huh.
that.
3 honorably served years with the United States Army.
Very good. Should we take the second call now?
Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, fine. On the other line, Randy, are you there?
Hi, Randy, and hi, everybody.
You're live on the air, but you're just speaking, one-to-one. So I do things like Sunday it's an all-new Simpsons on Fox.
Oh, yeah!
All right.
I just got
I
a
like that.
little excited.
Yeah.
What other shows do you do? What other shows do you do?
Oh, I do the comedies on CBS.
Oh.
Let's see, CBS Monday.
To people like us, this is gold.
Oh, God, yes.
Also the voice of the Emmy Awards and the Grammy Awards with my partner here, Randy Thomas.
Uh-huh.
You may have heard her doing this.
Yes, yes.
I love this!
I love that. Oh, God. Oh, man.
Oh, I am such a geek, man.
You're
It's
gonna
like
be
if you
chills.
follow baseball and then you walk into Cooperstown and they're all standing there going, hey.
Oh, man.
So you two are at the top of your game, and now, yeah, talk to Ted.
Yes, sir.
Randy and I, we've gotten together and we're producing a television show called America's Next Voice. And we have been sitting and listening to auditions and watching tapes, trying to find contestants that would come to Hollywood and be a part of this show, which at the end of it, they will be crowned America's Next Voice and get signed to be with an agent and have their own home studio. First of all, with you, we'd have to find you a home.
Yeah,
Then we can build you a home studio. So, Ted, if you're up for it, we're wondering, would you like to come to Hollywood?
I certainly would. Without a doubt. Oh, my God. Yes, ma'am.